Greetings to all. Myself Vaishnavi, Assistant Professor, IT Department from SNS College of Technology. Now we are going to see about the storage management in operating systems. First one, we have to see about the recap, that is last lecture series recaps, and then content delivery, and then real-time example, and then we have the brainstorming questions, and then we have DT-based case study, and then assessment. Recap, last session we see about the file system. What is file system? The foundation of the data organization. That is what we call it as file. The collection of information, we call it as file systems. Next one, file concept. File concept and the collection of information, we call it as file. For example, we can say the employee record as a file, and then logical storage unit, we call it as a file. For example, the student database files, we call it as file concept. And then third one, in user perspective view, we call that a report for the student, we call it as a file. And then file system attributes. In file system attributes, we have the name, identifier, type, location, size, production, and time, date, and user identification. In name, we see about the file name. In identifier, here we have that unique ID for each file, and then type. Here we see that the file belongs to which type. For example, we can say the file types as a Word file, Excel file, like that. Here we see that a file type, and then location. In location, we can see that where the file is stored or located in the disk, and then size. Here we mentioned the size of the file, and then production. Here we have that access methods, and then time, date, and user identification. Here we have where that file is modified, the date and times are mentioned here. And then here we have the real-time example, that is managing the photos on the smartphones. For managing the photos, we have some operations. First one will be the storing data. If we take any photos, automatically the data will be stored in the phone. That is one attribute. Second one is organizing data. After taking the photos, it will store in a particular folder, that is an organizing data. Third one is accessing data. In accessing data, the photos can be accessed by the particular users. Here the access methods are given. Fourth one is security and integrity. And the security and integrity, we protect the file, and it comes under the security and integrity. And then deletion and modification. If we delete or modify the particular file, it comes under the deletion and modification. Next one, we have a brainstorming question. How would you keep your files organized if they behave like a pets running around your computer? We have three methods. First one is by organizing them into the folder. First we have to organizing that files into a particular folder, and then naming them properly. We have to give name for a particular file, and then third one is for each file the indexing, file indexing is mentioned. Next one, case study. The case study is improving the file storage management in the college computer lab. Here we have the problem statement of student face the difficulty finding their files in the lab systems due to the poor folder organization and inconsistent naming. Here we have the 5 stages in the DT base. First one is empathize. For empathize, we conduct the user interviews, and we observe the file usages. And the second stage will be the define stage. In define stage, we identify the problem statement and unstructured storage and the stakeholder analysis. And then third one is an ideate. In ideate, we have a brainstorm solutions, the folder organization ideas, and the file naming and metadata. Fourth stage will be the prototype stage. In prototype, the sample folder system given, and then file naming conversion, and then we have the search and the tagging tool. In fifth phase is the testing phase. Here we have the user testing, feedback collection, and the system refinement. And then we have the three assessment questions. First one, if we store the collection of related information on the secondary storage, and you cannot write the data unless it's with me. That is, we call it as file. And second one is, it is created by the compiler from the source file. It contains the machine code. We call it as an object file. Third one is, it is a folder structure or label that helps to locate and organizes the files quickly. That is called a directory or folder.